Gonna jump into our review. So
yeah.
We're out in space and we're talking Star Trek Picard, Season 3, Episode 5, which is called Imposters.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. Go right ahead there,
well, dear. It's gonna have to be a bit of spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler review because we have to talk about
Margaret
something.
hasn't seen it. It's hard to explain it.
No spoilers.
Last episode, I wasn't too keen on the birthing of the squid creatures.
From the nebula?
Didn't make any sense.
Well, we found out how the nebula got impregnated by watching Voyager.
Mary explained to me how it got impregnated. Anyway, yeah, so it wasn't the greatest. I thought it was a bit off, so I was kind of stressed about this episode. But this episode was very good, I thought. It brings back a character. Now, we have seen characters being brought back in Picard previously. Interesting
seasons?
Characters, yes.
Yeah, Data, Brent Spiner.
No.
I'm pretty sure he's in it.
You're not listening. We saw Hugh. Hugh was a main character.
That's Brent Spiner.
No. Hugh. Jeepers.
Lauren. Sorry, I'm thinking of Lauren.
My gosh.
It's been a long time since I saw TNG.
Hugh is in it because he was a Borg that they captured in an episode, if you remember that.
Barely.
Yeah, they bring back characters
a kid, right?
from. He was a young person. They bring back characters from the original series, like that were in like a couple of episodes or one episode or whatever.
And it's Jerry really Ryan from Voyager.
Well, no, she was a main character. They bring back characters that were in one episode.
Yep.
Of TNG in the show. I really like it.
Here's my question for you on this: have we seen Will Wheaton in any of the series yet?
Yeah, we did see him.
When?
He was as an add-in. He was in the very last scene, I think, of season 2. He's not involved with this cast at all.
Why not?
He's in a new agency that is dealing with keeping. He's like a Time Lord, keeping time.
It's nice that they brought him back.
Yeah, he didn't need to be in it. He was recruiting for this agency that he works for. But he's not in it. So far, Geordi's still not in it. And Data's not in this episode. Data has been in previous episodes, and Brent Spiner has been in most of the episodes.
Did
playing
he
different
slim
characters.
down? Because he was looking more like an old man instead of an android that doesn't age.
No, he played an older, like, father. He played, like...
An android's a father.
No, he's played his creators. He's played his creators'
Oh,
family.
yeah. Dr. Soong.
He's played some of the Soongs. Or one of the Soongs, I don't remember. Anyway, but in this episode, we have... Basically, it's interesting. What's happened is that they've got away from the bad guys... And we're still puzzled about what's happening with the changelings. And now it's time to pay. Like, now Starfleet has been called and they're coming to take him and Riker away.
Oh, question. Who are the bad guys?
Everybody.
Well, this is a spoiler, so what do you mean by everybody?
Everybody is the bad guy. Don't trust anyone. That's what Beverly says. Yes.
Is it the old cliche of corrupt admirals? Because every admiral's corrupt in Starfleet for some reason.
What happened with, I think it was it Gowron that was cloned? It's like that. Apparently, these new type of changelings are everywhere. And
the Dominion guys?
Yes.
Oh, they're bad.
They have evolved. That's what. Remember, I don't know if you recall. I was telling you they don't look like changelings. Changelings normally turn into this golden liquid, but they're turning into this tissuey blood-looking thing when they melt into their normal form.
Gross?
Well, yeah, they don't look like they used to. There's for a reason because they have evolved.
Weren't they dying off in Deep Space Nine?
Well,
that sounds vaguely familiar.
They've evolved. Or have mutated themselves, or a sect of them has, and they are now tissuey. So what's happened is the way that they used to pick up when the changelings became known, apparently, like they changed all their everything on the ship to sense if there was a changeling. But they have changed themselves to get around that. So they bleed and everything. Like if you cut one, it looks like a person. The only way you can tell it now is to take the body all apart, and eventually the organs start breaking down. They even make organs and everything. So they've really evolved. So they realize that they were relying on the technology that wouldn't allow a changeling on board, but now they're realizing and we find out they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the what they bring back, who comes to arrest them? Because they basically commandeered a ship and done a lot of bad things and
put the changelings or Picard?
Picard and Riker have put everybody in.
Are all the peril. Are all most of the other crew with them on their ship? What's the name of their ship?
They're on the Titan.
The Titan. Okay, who's on the Titan then of the old cast? You got Picard, you got Riker, you got Seven. Is she on that ship?
Yeah, she's the only one that works on the ship, and Geordi's daughter.
Geordi's daughter. What about Geordi?
He's not there yet.
What about Worf?
No, he's a.
What about Crusher?
She was rescued.
So she's on the ship
now. She's with them now.
No Will Wheaton? Is
but his brother's his brother is there. He's got a brother.
Troy. Is Deanna Troy there?
No, but he talks to her. He talks to her. Riker thinks he's gonna die in the previous episode, and so he talks to her.
So she is in it. They're just talking to her.
Yeah, she gets
subspace communication.
Yeah, once they get out of the trouble and they don't fall into the nebula, he does talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going through a lot because he lost his child. Anyway,
ouch.
So who comes on to arrest them? But it's Ro Lauren. Now, back in the olden days, she was a Bajoran that Picard had recruited, and she was supposed to go and infiltrate the Maquis.
Okay, we don't need all this backstory because we gotta move on.
I'm telling you what the episode is about.
Yeah.
And she betrays Picard, and she goes off and joins them. And she was put in jail. She was put in jail, apparently. But now she's actually got herself very well poised in Starfleet security. And so she's going to arrest them. But it turns out they start trusting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the one that is hired. Worf and Picard's old buddy have been working for her this whole time. Worf has been trying to discover this weapon that's been stolen from the Daystrom Institute.
So who are the imposters?
What do you mean?
That's the name of the episode. It's called Imposters.
The Changelings.
Okay, so it's the Dominion Changelings.
They're not the Dominion. Not the Dominion.
Was this episode better or worse than episode 4? Because you didn't like that.
I say it's much better. None of those Tetracell white guys are there. We don't have any of those Dominion guys.
So overall, you're still enjoying this season?
Yeah, I really like this one. It was really good. And anyway, in the end, they run away. They get away.
Who's they?
Picard and Riker and the Titan gets away
from the Changelings.
Yeah, but they still might have some on board.
Well, Christine's really enjoying Star Trek Picard season 3, except for episode 4, I guess.
Yeah, she's the only science person on the ship, by the way. She's doing all the science in this.
Yeah, remember our comment from last episode? Guy tweeted that she's sciencing it up, and guy's yeah, she is.
She's sciencing these changelings, man.
She's sciencing the crap out of this.
Yeah, no data, just her.
Are you enjoying Star Trek Picard season 3? Have you enjoyed this particular episode, Imposters number 5? I can't comment, haven't seen it. Let us know your thoughts on Star Trek Picard down in the comments below. We'll talk about it in another episode.